It was festival time. My entire family had gathered at my grandfather's house, cousins, aunts, uncles. Laughter filled the air and warmth surrounded us. But what happened that night still sends shivers down my spine. It was past midnight. The house was alive with celebration, but I needed some air. I stepped outside into the cool night. The backyard stretched into darkness, and at the far end, the lake shimmered under the moonlight. That's when I saw her. My little cousin, walking toward the lake. Her movements were slow, deliberate, almost trance-like. Something felt wrong. I called her name, no response. I called again. Still, nothing. It was as if she couldn't hear me, or worse, she was ignoring me. I hurried towards her, grabbing her shoulder gently. She didn't resist, didn't even flinch, just kept staring straight ahead. I crouched down, trying to meet her eyes. "Where are you going?" I asked.
"I'm following Mom."
Her voice was monotone, lifeless. I felt a chill run down my spine. My throat went dry. My aunt, her mother, was inside the house. I had just seen her. Confused, I asked again, "Where is she?" She lifted a tiny hand and pointed toward the lake.
"Look, she's right there."
I turned my head, following her gaze, but there was nothing. Just the dark, still water reflecting the moonlight. Every hair on my body stood on end. A suffocating sense of dread wrapped around me. My legs felt frozen. I forced myself to look back at her. Her eyes, they weren't blinking, just locked onto that empty, silent lake. I swallowed my fear, grabbed her hand, and pulled her away. She didn't resist. She just let me guide her back inside, her gaze still locked on the water, as if something was still calling her. As soon as we stepped inside, I turned to find my aunt, chatting with other relatives, laughing, completely unaware of what had just happened. I looked down at my cousin. Her expression had returned to normal. She yawned, rubbed her eyes, and asked, "Why did you wake me up?" I never told anyone what happened that night, but every time I visit that house, I can't help but wonder, who or what was she really following that night?